In Chapter 4 of your Excel book, the authors explore different financial functions. One application is an amortization table. When you pay off a loan, early on most of the payment is interest. A small amount goes to principal. This proportion gradually changes throughout the life of a loan, and an amortization table can show you that. In this view, I've chosen to minimize the ribbon so we could see a little bit more of the worksheet. I'm going to enter the interest paid per a payment number first. The way it works is this. This is the first payment. I want to know how much of the loan amount on a $9,999 loan at 7% for 3 years. How much for payment number 1 goes toward interest, how much goes towards principal, and so on down through the 36 months. If you've never worked with a formula, you can use the Insert Function button, f of x, and look for the function that you want to learn how to use. I would suspect that interest payment is under Financial, and that it begins with an I. Sure enough, I find IPMT. That's the function that I want to use, so I'll click OK. And I come up with a window that allows me to enter in the cell addresses. Let's just move this over a little. The rate is in B2. I know from experience this function is very much like the payment function. This rate is going to have to be locked down with absolute addressing, and it's going to have to be divided by 12. The PER is not the number of payments, but it's which number it is. That happens to be stored in column A, so I'll click in column A. That is not locked down because I want it to move from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, etc. How many payments are we going to make? That would be B3 with absolute addressing times 12. And finally, the present value is the lump sum amount that a series of future payments is worth now. This is confusing. I guess you just have to find somebody who knows. It is the loan amount, and it will not change for any of the copied formulas. Remember that I can precede that with a minus sign so that it comes up not in red. I'm going to click OK. And it says that $58 is interest on our first loan, which happened to be $308.74, something like that. Let's enter the equivalent formula with principal payment equal PPMT, left parentheses. Rate is B2, absolute addressing divided by 12. The period is A6. The number of periods is B3, absolute addressing times 12, comma. The value of the loan is in B1. And if I were to add those two together, equals B6 plus C6, it should equal $308.74. I can then copy those formulas down and we see, that doesn't look too good. I see a problem. I found this rather interesting. This happened to me when I was rehearsing for this. Maybe I forgot to make the loan amount an absolute value up here. My error is The loan amount needs to be an absolute address. We'll copy it down. Much better. Every payment adds up to $308.74.